Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me. I'm back. Today is a great day to dive in. Not only is it a great day to dive in because it's a beautiful day and God made it and we should rejoice and be glad in it, of course, but tomorrow my birthday. I'm excited that God decided to give me another day, that He decided to say, good job, daughter. You've done enough to be able to wake up again and spend time with your family, be able to speak to my people, be able to serve me in this life that I gave you. And all in all, that's great. But if I'm being honest with y'all, the older I get, the lonelier I feel. Yeah, I know. I have family, I have friends, I have a significant other, I have children, I have a good job, like all those things, like they should fulfill me, right? And not only that, getting older is a blessing all on its own. And that's cool. But I want my relationship with him to overcome all of the loneliness that I feel. And it's kind of one of those things where it's either you trust in him or you don't. And sometimes we feel lost, and sometimes we feel alone. I mean, it's just life. And because as we're going towards something different and as we're growing and trying to get better in who we are and how we are, things often look a little bleak. Like, this is what I wanted, but this is no longer what I want. This is what I'm doing, but this is no longer what I should be doing. I'm trying to grow, but this situation or this area that I'm in is not allowing me to grow. So I'm trying to get better and where He's placing me to be. And sometimes as you're moving forward, it can be lonely. It feels lonely. It feels like He's telling me to do this and I know that I should do this, but I'm so stuck in what I want to do. I'm so stuck in the pattern that I have going on. And so to me, it makes more sense to just keep going in that same way. But if I feel lonely with all the things I just named, not ungrateful in the slightest. I love my family, my friends. I love my job. I love my children. I love my significant other. I love everything that I named. But that doesn't mean that I don't feel alone sometimes. And I can't pinpoint it, y'all. I feel like as we grow up and as we grow older, things about us change. And I mean, that's life, right? But it's trying to find what God assigned us to do that makes it to where, am I living my purpose? Am I living to do what He called me to do? For the longest, I could not figure out what it was. I love to sing. I love music. I love to help people. But I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to me, my passion and my purpose is to inspire people. I saw that not too long ago and it just hit me. And I'm like, why? Like, that's what I've been doing all my life since I was younger. That's what I've been doing all my life. But I couldn't quite say it in those words until I said it. And I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. But how do you inspire people when you're feeling uninspired? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling y'all my passion and my purpose is to inspire people. But on the same hand, I'm telling y'all that I feel lonely. The math ain't mathing, right? But feelings aren't facts. And so when I'm getting on here and I'm talking to you guys about who God is and what God says and how we should be striving to be better and where God is placing us and pushing us to go, that's a fact. If you open your Bible and you see what He tells you to do and how He tells you to move, that's His word. So even though I feel the way I feel about certain things, it's still one of those things where I'm just like, eh. But I have to get on here and talk to the people. But I don't feel like it. But I have to get on here and talk to the people. But I'm so tired. But I have to get on here and talk to the people. But I had a long day. But I have to get on here and talk to people. But I'm so stressed. Like, all those things kind of put a halt to what I'm doing. I've taken on new responsibilities. I feel overwhelmed a lot. And I literally sat back the other day and I said, you know what? It's me. I'm the problem. It's definitely me because I'm a schedule person. Like, if I do it this way, then it's going to work. But if I don't do it this way, then it won't work. Like, it has to go according to plan. You know what that's called? Control. And what you controlling when you're not in control of anything? That'd be my problem. Because I'm like, okay, if I do this with this, I align that with this, and I do this with that, then it should all work out. But what happens when somebody messes up your plans? What happens when something switches? Because it's life. Nothing happens according to plan, literally. Sometimes it do, and you're like, okay, okay. But most of the time, it's like, mm-mm. And I have to take a step back and be like, okay, Ariel, what can you let go? What can you try again tomorrow? What can you do differently? What can wait? And then sometimes, most times, after I take a couple deep breaths, that tends to help me. And this is what growth is, because I've had to check myself about this. You want to be in control of something that you're not in control of. Do you trust God or don't you? It's that simple. I've gotten so comfortable with being comfortable with where I am that I'm scared to walk out on faith, but I can't be scared of serving Almighty God who controls everything. The two don't align. I know it's easier said than done, but when you sit back and think about the things that you're struggling with, you think about the things that you're having a hard time moving away from or leaving or getting out of your own head. Think back to a time where he showed up for you when you didn't think it was going to work at all. When you were thinking, I don't see the light at the end of the rainbow. I don't see it. No matter how much I look for it, I don't see it. And then the light happens and you're like, I knew it. And then you look back, this could be years, and you look back and you be like, nobody but God, because it couldn't have been nobody but him. Crazy enough, when we step out on what he's calling us to do, the stars align. Y'all can't tell me that's not true. The stars align and we be sitting there like, if I would have just, why didn't I just? Because we're so stuck in what this culture is and what it's creating us to be, and what we feel like we have to depend on something else in order to be fulfilled in this life. But at the end of the day, it's only him we need to be fulfilled in. It's only his word that we need to place in our hearts and eat on it every day in order to be filled. I need to be filled by the word of God in order to get through this life that we're living, because the flesh is weak. I want to. I got to. I need to. But no, you need to be moving, but I have to, because if I don't, then they, or what will they say, or how would they think, or what would they think about me? And it's like, who cares? What did he say about you? Where did he place you? What are you supposed to be doing now? I know that that's where you were, but what are you supposed to be doing now? That's what matters. It's what matters. Him, what he tells you to do, how he tells you to move. That's what matters. It's always what matters. It's always what mattered. We just lost sight of that. And sometimes when things like that happen, everybody gets so wrapped up in what they have going on, and that's okay, right? But we have to be able to help other people grow, help other people, talk to them about things without being judgmental. Talk to them about things. Be a person that I can vent to, be a person that I can talk to, because it's okay to struggle, but you shouldn't have to struggle alone. And in this world, it's one of those things where everybody wants to hold on to what they have. Like, I don't want to share. I don't want to share. Like, stingy. You know, your parents used to be like, you wasn't worried. You know how some kid have a toy, you weren't worried about that toy until they pick that toy up. Now all of a sudden you want that toy. You wasn't worried about getting a house. You had made a decision. I'm gonna wait. This isn't for me. But then you see somebody pop out with a new house, and you're like, let's get this started. Why? Make a decision. Stick with the decision. Know what you want. You don't have to, it don't have to be what they got, because you don't know what it took them to get there. You don't know what God had them go through to get that. You don't know how far they've come. You don't know how low they've dropped. You don't know anything. Only thing that you know is about you and where you are and where God placed you. But how do you move forward with the lonely feeling, with the one of those things that you just can't let go? You cast your cares to him. You give it away. You give it away. You make a decision. I'm going to give it away to you because I can't control this. This isn't mine to control. And so help me to let go of the need to be in control of something I was never in control of. And that's the joke right there. You stressed out about something you never had control about to begin with. But this world that we live in will have us thinking that we run something and we don't. God sees all, God knows all, and it's literally just that simple. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. No second guessing it. No, it ain't working. None of that. We have to know who we are and figure that out. Figure out who you are, not who you are with them, not who you are with everybody else, not who somebody else says you are. Who are you? What do you like? What do you want? As I'm getting older, y'all, I'm steady. Different things is changing for me. What I wanted, I no longer want. What I used to do, I no longer do. And I'm steady trying to find ways to serve God. Like, my goal in life is to figure out ways to better serve Him, not man. My goal in life is to show my kids what it's like to serve Him, how life can be fulfilled when serving Him, not people, not yourself, not believing that I'm that dope that no, you didn't do nothing. I'm sorry. You did nothing. He guided you there. And we don't never get this man the respect that he deserves. He really is that God, the only one. You just have to know that. And if you don't, then grow and get better in that. And that's okay. There was a time where I didn't know all that. There was a time, like I told y'all, I used to hide from the Bible. Because if I don't read it, then he can't get mad at me. Goofy. Just goofy. He sees everything. So he see me opening and closing it. Like, girl, grow up. You know how you feel like you hide something from your parent, you break something. You know, you worry because you like, it was an accident, it was an accident, it was an accident. And so you trying to hide it. And it's like, all you have to do is be honest. Because either you're going to get in trouble or you ain't. And it's crazy because it's either you tell the truth or you don't. If you lie, it's 100% chance you're going to get in trouble, right? But if you tell the truth, it's 50-50 because it was an accident and maybe you didn't mean to. A lot of the stuff that we're doing, it's not an accident and we definitely mean to. So if you would get in trouble by your parent, we know that God is a forgiving God. He will forgive you, but why does He have to constantly forgive us over the same stuff that we know is not okay? In my moments of feeling lonely, I go to Him and I pray because He has me, right? But I'm so worried about disappointing Him. And am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? And He's not that hard on me. He's not as hard on me as I am on myself, right? But we do that, right? We're harder on ourselves than we don't give ourselves enough grace, but we should because He gives us grace. Yes, 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 yes. I can't say this enough. You will be held accountable for your actions. You will be. He will forgive you, but you will be held accountable. It is what it is. Take that and use that and place it in your mind. So as you move forward, you know, okay, I'm not in control of what they do, but I'm in control of what I do. I'm not in control in what they say, but I'm in control of what I say. Not in control of that. So, you know how I told y'all I was lonely, or lately I've been feeling lonely, because I'm not lonely, but I've been feeling lonely. And I think it's just something in my mind that puts me there. And I just need to get out of it. The fact that I'm open to talk about it, I've been praying about it, and I know I'll eventually come out of it because at the end of the day, like I said, I believe God is who He said He is. That's period, right? In the midst of that, I was reading Matthew, and this is around the time where God is about to die on the cross, right? And he's so burdened, right? His heart is so heavy. At this point, to me, it seems like he feels alone because even though God's with him, he's scared. And he's willing to sacrifice himself because that's what I came. I came to live this life so that people can know that they can live a life without sin. And I'm willing to die for their sins. So to let them know that it can be done, but I'm still burdened because I don't want to do this. I'm scared. And as he's going up and he takes Peter, James, and John, always Peter, James, and John, tell y'all, pay attention to y'all circles. But anyway, he takes them with him and he up there burdened, praying, asking God, you know, I don't really want to do this, but if it's your will, not mine, but yours, right? He come down, they sleep. So y'all don't see me struggling. Y'all don't see me lonely. Y'all can't tell a shift in what I feel. You can't tell a shift in how I'm acting and how I'm moving. You can't tell something is wrong with me. You ain't gonna ask if I'm all right. You ain't gonna ask if I'm okay. You know, I gotta be strong all the time. Like, so he like, y'all sleep. And then go back up, pray again. And he come back down and like, y'all still sleep? Okay, it's not enough for me to say it, right? Let's go to Bible. Scripture me, please. In chapter 26, starting at verse 36. This is right after they were having the Last Supper, and Jesus predicts that Peter will deny him 3 times before the rooster crows, and then he heads up to Gethsemane, right? So starting at 36, it says, Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to them, Sit here while I go over there and pray. He took Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, my soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch for me. Pause. So I didn't even get full context a while ago. He telling y'all, I'm worried, I'm overwhelmed with sorrow, I'm sad. Stay here and keep watch with me. Please. I need you. Because even though you're not going up with me to pray, I need you to be close. I need you to be near. So starting at 39, it says, going a little further, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, my Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will. Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. Couldn't you men keep watch for me for 1 hour? He asked Peter. Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So he telling them, I'm overwhelmed with sorrow, right? Overwhelmed to the point where I have to go up here, get on my knees and ask that this cup be taken from me. He come back and they sleep. Because in their mind, I've been rolling with you this long, Jesus. I know that whatever you overwhelmed about, God gonna help you take care of it. Don't worry about it. Like, he got you. So they got so used to him being strong. They got so used to him overcoming the situations because he was God. This is who Jesus is. That they didn't even take how he felt serious. And when you read the Bible, it makes you wonder why they decided to put things like this in the Bible, right? It makes you wonder, but it also makes you happy to know. It's sad that what Jesus went through before he died on the cross for us, that how he felt overwhelmed with sorrow, how he felt sad about something that he didn't want to do, but he know that he needed to do. It makes you feel better in a sense, because not only did he die for my sins, but it's placed in the Bible to let me know that the way that I'm feeling is not something that never happens. It's not something that I should be ashamed of. It's something that I should run to him with. And I think that was the point of them putting it in there, to let us know Jesus had hard times. He struggled with some of the same things that we struggle with. So although perfect, Jesus struggled with his emotions just like us. And the same thing can be said about God, because let's not forget they're one and the same. God is a jealous God. He gets angry. He gets mad at us. Like, we put him up here as we should, but it's showing us these different emotions in the Bible to let us know that it's okay to feel them, but where to take them when we feel this way. So starting again at 42, it says, he went away a second time and prayed, my Father, if it's not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done. When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. So he left them and went away once more and prayed the third time, saying the same thing. Then he returned to the disciples and said to them, are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour has come, and the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer. He's telling them their eyes were heavy. I don't think they really grasped what was happening, but they knew something was coming. You know how you can feel when something is coming, but you don't quite know what it is? So I'm burdened, and they didn't ask God, how can we help? As a friend, if a friend is telling you I'm struggling with something, and sometimes you listen, you don't judge, but it's one of those, how can I help? Cannot help. Some things you can't help with. They couldn't have helped with this. And I don't know if they asked him if they could help with this, but it didn't say that in here. So I'm going with that. Sometimes we ignore what's right in front of us. Jesus was troubled, and his disciples were asleep because they trust that he got this. So I'm asking you, how much do we care about those around us? How much do we care about what other people are going through? I get it. You're going through it. I get it. Life is life, and things are happening in your life. So you don't have time to check in on what's going on in their life. But why is that? We can spend time on social media. We can spend time arguing about this celebrity and that celebrity. We know their birthday, when they was born, where they was born. We know all this goofy stuff. We know a lot about a lot of stuff that really doesn't have anything to do with you. But when it comes to people that's close to you, people that's walking with you, people that's there with you, that you've been there for, and vice versa, why can't we give them the same care about that we give other things? So yeah, I've been feeling lonely, and I told y'all I would be transparent with a lot of things on here because The moment I stop being real will be the moment I no longer have a podcast. And I feel like he gave it to me for that specific reason because I'm not like nobody else. And I'm not trying to be like anybody else because I can't be anybody else. I'm just Ariel. But I've been feeling alone and I've been feeling lonely, but I've been praying about it. I continue to pray about it because I know that it's something that I have to get out of my head with because I'm not actually alone, right? I'm not. So I don't know what you're dealing with today. I don't know what you're struggling with. I don't know, but I'm here for you. And I love you, of course. And I hope that everybody has a great day. And think about what he has called you to do. And even if you feel a specific way, know that he has you because he always has. In this moment with the disciples, I feel like that's what they were feeling. He has this because he has us. He always has. And that's why they didn't really give it a second thought. But we have to care about those around us. We have to care about ourselves enough. We have to care about what's going on in our life with the people that we love because they matter, right? Just like you do. I love you. Be back.